Today's podcast is officially sponsored by Microdoses. Yes, your ears do not deceive you officially. We've gone 9 seasons where it's been unofficially. Damn it, today's the day. We got officially sponsored by Microdoses. Amanita muscaria. That is a mushroom, ladies and gentlemen. And this particular blend helps you sleep, helps you rest. I have a hard time sleeping. And we had Daniel Carcillo on the podcast the other day, and his company, Microdoses, him and his buddy and a couple others started this mushroom company. And if you go on the website, you'll see they have uppers, downers, all arounders. But I took this one 2 days ago for rest because I have a real hard time sleeping. And I was nice and cozy on my floor watching Interstellar. Popped this thing about 35 minutes before I was going to go to bed. Tell you what, oh my God, right when 35 minutes hit, because I was keeping track, I got this nice little warm hug, this warm shiver over my body. I got so damn cozy. I'm like, all right, time to go to sleep. Hopped right into bed. Slept like a log. I think I tallied 9, maybe 10 hours of straight sleep. Usually I get up. Usually I go up to go pee. Not this time. I didn't check my bed. I might have wet myself, but it doesn't matter. I got 9 hours of deep sleep. Vivid dreams as well. So if you guys are interested in this stuff, you have to be 18 or older to use this, by the way. If you're interested in this type of thing, go to mycrewdoses.com and at checkout, use promo code THECHAMBER. Get you a little 10% off. I'm a fan. Delicious. I was going to pop all 5 of these things. Get that real deep sleep. I think they call that death. But ladies and gentlemen, go to this website if you're interested. If you're having a hard time sleeping like me, you'll find this is the remedy. All right? Love you guys. Welcome to the Curiosity Chamber. Tis I. I am alive. I am alive and well. It's been a minute. I understand that. And for some of you, you're probably not alive. And I'm sorry to hear about that. It's been a week. And if you are listening, you're still alive. So here we are. Here we are again. Sorry for the a long time in between. I went to a bachelor party over the weekend, and I just needed a break. I needed a break for a few days, so that is why my absence. And I apologize. Damn, what a crazy time, dude. I didn't really drink a lot, but let's start here. How about it? Let's start here, damn it. Have you ever met someone like from Texas? Legitimately from Texas. I'm not talking about like Austin, Texas. I'm talking like South Texas. Texas. To me, Austin, Texas is like, yo, I live in Chicago, but really you live 50 minutes out from Chicago and you live in a suburb. That's not Chicago. Just like Austin, Texas is not Texas. I met a bunch of people from Texas. And god damn, do they fit the stereotype. They're like untrained dogs, but very lovable, man. I met this one cat named John. And this is the most Texas thing, dude. I've never met this guy in my life. He opens the door. He's got the cowboy boots on, the jeans. I think he was wearing a cowboy hat, button-down flannel shirt, you know. And he's like, man, my feet are hurting. I'm like, well, yeah, no shit, dude. You're in cowboy boots. What in the hell? And in order for him to get comfortable, this is the wildest thing. He sat on the couch, and the first thing he does is takes off his cowboy boots. And then he puts on running shoes, and he's like, when he's putting on another shoe. I was like, what in the hell are you doing, man? Take your shoes off. Take your socks off, brother. My goodness, man. And Texas folks that's a different breed, man. In order for your feet to feel like they're breathing, all you have to do is put on a running sneaker? That's wild. Take off cowboy boots and put on a running sneaker. Holy shit. And he was comfortable, man. I wasn't going to try and ruin his vibe, but holy, that's Texas. God damn, I loved it. What happened at the bachelor party, people? A lot of drinking, not from me, but I partook. Perhaps I partook in something else. And I'm not going to go ahead and say it blatantly, but if you want to do some research, I mean, Google's probably within thumb's reach right now for you. So you can just type in, what does it mean to do Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds or something like that. We'll just keep it at that. Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds, that's your keyword. If you figure it out, you figure it out. But that's what Daddy did at the bachelor party all Saturday. And went for a lot of walks. And I'm just going to go ahead and straight up tell you guys that there is another way to communicate with people than just vocally and verbally and using words. I've kind of known that, except this time that I was partying with Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds, it made it even more apparent, you know? And trust me, I know this sounds absolutely fucking crazy. I know it. I know it at the time because I was saying it while I was under the influence, maybe. And I was saying it and expressing it. I was like, there are just so many other ways to communicate to humans than just speaking. I know it sounds fucking crazy, but like, man, I feel like you can transfer energy. If someone touches you that's not on the same frequency as you, they can shift your energy, give you a, I don't know, a bad vibe, I guess, or just like a, not on the same plane, right? That has to exist. That, what I think is apparent is when you're under the influence of Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds, maybe, that it makes you more aware of the energy fields around us. It's not as simple as what you see, what you hear, what you smell. There's no way, man. There's no way. It's way more complex than that, man. Way more complex. And hell, even some people when you're sober, dude, when someone comes in, they can just change the entire mood without even saying a fucking word. You know who you are. And that can be for like a good thing or a bad thing. Like people who are charismatic, right? They don't even gotta say shit. They just walk in and everyone gets excited and happy and just like in awe, just looking at them. Like there's a positive vibe. And when you're under the influence of Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds, maybe you just have more access to being susceptible to it, to actually like you're more aware of it. I know it sounds crazy. I know it does. But that's where my mind was at. We were going for walks. We were touching trees. We went to a private golf course and just like marveled at how beautiful it was. And you could, dude, I know this sounds hippie as hell. I know it, but I have to express it, okay? Because I lived it. I experienced it. We went into the private golf course, and I mean, this golf course was like primo. The grass was well kept, so well kept, and the trees there looked healthy as fuck. Everything was, it just seemed like a superior way of the land, okay? And it was fenced in, and just outside of the fence there's even more trees. But from when you walk into the fence and you're just surrounded by what seems to be a healthy ecosystem of trees and grass, there's just an overwhelming sensation of positivity. And what got me thinking is like, guys, I know this sounds nuts, okay? Just I know this sounds nuts. But it seemed like there was life all around me and they were happy. Like the trees, the grass, the plants, everything within this area was just vibing and happy because they were well kept. They were full of nutrients and life. Okay? So before we went to the private golf course, we were outside at a public park. And the grass was dead. The trees weren't doing very well. You know, it was just like, wasn't upkept very well at all. And there was just this completely different vibration out there, this vibe, this like kind of sadness and just like empty is what I was feeling. I don't know, man. I feel like I became a fucking medium for trees. You know how there's mediums for people? Like that they say they can like talk to the dead. Like that's how I felt like for trees. Like I was communicating with the trees and I was able to like put it into English. And there's not enough words in English to try and express every emotion. So, I don't know. Say I lost my mind. Maybe I did. But I see it as I see this shit as a tool, man. Like it's so therapeutic. It's so introspective. And you're just able to open yourself up to a deeper consciousness. It's not just I feel like when you're sober, and this is completely fine. Obviously, sober is good sometimes. But there seems to be so many filters on the human mind, the human psyche, and what you can feel and what you're allowed to bring into your personal orbit, I guess. I feel like when you take something that alters your mind, it releases these filters. Like now you're able to channel other energies and what's actually around, like almost entering another dimension. You know, now you have the tools to see in another dimension, to hear, to feel in another dimension. I don't know. Maybe it sounds woo-woo, but that's the feeling I get. And you can't take away a feeling. Like even if you, like for dreams too, man. Like if you experience the dream, you're able to take that experience with you back into real life and be like, yeah, that was the fucking scariest dream I've ever had in my life. I will never go on an airplane again. Like, you know, like you can bring that experience back to real life and make changes in your life based on something that wasn't real. A dream wasn't real. And for those that are just listening, I'm in quotations. It wasn't real. But those feelings sure were. And if you have a nightmare that scares the shit out of you about like, Jesus, man, I don't know. Someone having a gun and shooting you, right? I mean, you can take that experience and be like, I'm against guns. You can bring that into your real life is all I'm saying. So however you experience something, doesn't matter if it's real, doesn't matter if it was under the influence of drugs, you can still bring it back to you. Oh boy. And that's why I needed a week off. That's why I was just like soul searching. Really after the day after you hang out with Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds, you're just kind of like unpacking it all. You know, you're just unpacking everything. And it, for me, I get a comfort. I'm like, it's so nice knowing that there's something else out there. It's not just what it is, like what we see in a sober mindset. There's more to this. I guess that keeps me hopeful. I guess that like that makes me, I don't know if it's hopeful or open to the idea of like an afterlife. What does that mean? I don't know. I just feel more complete. And I feel like there's something else after this. Something with energy. I don't know. We don't know all the answers, everybody. I know that a lot of you have friends. See, I didn't say you. I said a lot of you have friends who probably think they know everything. Scientists as well. They think they know everything. They really fucking don't. Really fucking don't. There's a lot of unexplained shit. There's a lot of unsolved mysteries. Great show, by the way. And I just find it hilarious, man. A lot of these brilliant scientists have such a doom and gloom kind of basic understanding of human energy and spirits when we die. You know, it's always like, Well, you just expire and that's it. There's nothing more. You just there's a void. You think there's something in the afterlife because you're living right now and you can think about it, but when you're dead, you cease to exist. There's nothing. And that's kind of what their conclusion is. And it's fucking hilarious to me because a lot of the times when they speak like that, they've never done psychedelics ever. So that's like having half of the equation, and you're coming to a conclusion somehow. You're missing a piece. And most of them are reluctant to try psychedelics. I don't know why. But I mean, you'll understand really, really quickly. Everything is not what it seems. And there's filters and there's like safe fails. It's just so deeply knitted into the human psyche. So deeply into the human mind. We have these safe fails and filters. And I don't know. You just couldn't even possibly begin to understand without the help of like a deep meditation or a deep psychedelic trip. That's what bothers me is scientists that don't want to experiment in a mind altering substance that really helps you see life from a different, literally, filter. And to me, that's like having the full equation. Maybe it's still part of the equation, but you have more of the equation than just being sober and not delving into it. That's just how I feel. I don't think it's doom and gloom like when you're dead, like that's a wrap. Could be wrong. I don't have the answers. I don't fucking know either. Jesus. What am I talking about? I guess an interesting way to put it is like, that's like me climbing a mountain, or me trying to tell you about what it's like climbing a mountain with no safety harness, to people that have actually done it. Like, oh, I've read all about it. I've seen documentaries on climbing mountains without it. Yeah, it looks like you get kind of nervous and you start to sweat, and if you slip, you fall, you die. You got to be prepared. There's probably a lot of anxiety that goes into it. So it's like all this anecdotal shit. I've never experienced it, but I've read it. So what you're missing is the complete emotion factor that takes over your mind and your body. Like, there's feelings that you probably never realized that you've had within you. And you can't unless you do something. You can't just fucking read about it. You can't just hear stories about it. Sure, that's a wonderful way God damn it. That's a wonderful way to, again, get half of the equation to it's a wonderful way to see something from someone's point of view. I'm reluctant to say empathy because on psychedelics you become way more empathetic. I'm sorry, I'm trying to remember if like before I did psychedelics, if I was empathetic when people would tell me stories. Like, yeah, I had a bad drug addiction. I had a real bad drug addiction and I couldn't, I lost my job, I lost my wife, I lost this. And before psychedelics, I think I was just more ignorant to it. Kind of like, oh, well, you better pull yourself up by your bootstraps. Why'd you do that? That's your fault. That's all your fault, man. I think that was my mindset before being introduced to it. And sorry for the pause. I was just really trying to think. I just can't really remember. I believe so, though. And now it's like I'm able to feel. Well, I've had a lot of these experiences as well where I've actually dealt with it too, so that helps. More experience. It's all about life experience, dude. More life experience makes you more empathetic, but if you've never traveled in someone's shoes, how empathetic could you be? And I guess that's one of these things that psychedelics help me understand. Even watching movies, man, I feel like sometimes I'll just get like these overwhelming sensations. Like if someone's going through something bad on a movie, I feel it. Just not for the actor themselves, but someone that actually probably went through the scenario that I'm seeing on the TV. I'll just get like oh God, that sucks, man. I feel so bad. That actually happens to people. Oh, could you imagine like what their life was before that, what they were feeling during this instant, like how that changes their relationship with their friends? Like I feel like I'm able to expand on my human emotion. That's cool. That's awesome. And I guess over the weekend as well, I just I feel like I wanted to, like, what would make me happy? And this is like the age old question that everyone tries to come up with. What would make me happy? And quite honestly, I think it's like being a shoulder for people, or just like hearing them out and try to give some guidance to people, or not even just giving guidance, just listening to people. That's the thing. People do a good job of talking, but that's like sometimes you just have to listen and put the lips away. A lot of times that's why people hurt others or hurt themselves, because they're not being listened to. People are just trying to talk to them and give them advice, but all they want is just someone to fucking hear them. We don't all have the answers. It's just nice for someone to kind of like absorb what you're saying and resonate in a way, and just like, yeah, I understand. I get it. Sometimes that's all it takes. And I think that's what would make me happy, man. Just like some kind of psychology. Just really understanding what people are going through and talking with them, understanding them, and if I could, man, give them hope, I guess. Give them hope. I think that's what really would make me happy. And I should probably pursue something in psychology. But I'm at a point in my life right now where I have to find a job. I haven't found a job yet. And we're going to be coming up here on some hard times shortly. So I think the plan is to like hopefully find a job soon while I'm working, try to get a master's degree in psychology. And then the end goal would to be getting a PhD in psychology so I can open up a practice and get clients and start there, you know? Cuz that to me would be the most fulfilling. Sales it's not fulfilling because it's not I didn't come up with the product. I'm trying to push a product that someone else made, you know? And there's a block in my head. There's a block in my head. There's probably a lot of other shit. It's probably bolts and nuts in my head too. Um, there's like a divider in my head, and it's really hard for me to be fulfilled selling something that I am not the sole creator of. Because I know that I'm pushing something for someone else, making them a ton of money. And it's not even about the money, really. It's not even really about the money. It's just that, do I believe in this product? And I do try to find jobs that I can get behind, but there's just something much more to it than selling goods and services and products to people. I want to help people. That's my currency is like trying to help someone, man. Even if I can just get them to make it another day, I guess, because I know it can get real dark sometimes. I know that. And there's no light at the end of the tunnel. I know that as well. So if I can just, that would be the most fulfilling. Trying to help people. So now we're both getting something out of it. That's me actually wanting to hear you because I've been through so much in my own life. Feel like I would be a wonderful candidate for that. And I wouldn't talk to you like I fucking know all of the answers. I want to be prepared. You know, if there's resources out there and if there's like some stuff I can share with you to implement into your life, like some real like scientific evidence that says like this will help, sure, I'll go ahead and push that. But I'm not the type of person to say, "Hey, I know better than you, so like I have a PhD, so you have to listen to me." There's an ego. My ego, I have a little ego, but a lot of it died. A lot of it. Not over this time, but just like life checks. Over some like life checks, over some Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds, over just like really finding myself. You know, I really don't think there's dumb people in the world. I just think there's more people. I feel like everyone's specialized in something. Like what makes someone smarter than someone because someone knows more about science? Well, how about this dude over here? He knows everything about sports, you know? Or what about this person? She knows everything about Italian. She can speak 3 different languages. Does that make you smarter than someone that knows like strictly about nutrition? It's just everyone's specialized, dude. I really don't think people are dumb. And I want to see people strive. That's it. All right. I want to see people strive. I want to help people. Oh, boy. Who knows what's next, ladies and gentlemen? Who knows what's next? Go outside. Go in some nature. That's another thing that I picked up was like we can't just be home prisoned under house arrest for ourselves. We have to get outside in nature. Have to get that vitamin D. That's what she said. You have to go out and get some sun, man. Let that sun hit your face. Go be by plants and nice trees. Go to like a forest preserve. I'm telling you, you'll feel this awakening happen. And if you can do that, if you can put that into your regimen at least a couple times a week, dude, you'll be good. You'll be good. You'll feel a connection. It's just so unnatural for us to be enclosed all the time. And there's pros and cons to working from home, but a big con for most of us is that you're in your fucking house damn near 24 hours a day. Damn near. And you don't get out. And that's brutal, man. That's brutal. So, my advice to you, go outside, get some of that natural sunlight. Go to a forest preserve. Go like fucking touch a tree or something. You fucking hippie. I don't know. It feels good, dude. I know it sounds woo woo. I know it does. But I'm trying to give what I learned over the weekend. You know, I want to pass it on. So, what do you think? Should we end it there? I got hockey in a little bit. I got to go to hockey. It's the first of the first game of the season. Season's just starting. I feel good. I feel great. I'm going to go take an ice bath. I'm going to go eat some food. Everyone, we're back. I love you guys. Thanks for listening. Thanks for hearing me babble for a little bit. Please don't think I'm crazy. Maybe I am, but, you know, keep that to yourself. I love you guys. Have a good weekend. We're at Friday. All right. Have a good weekend. Peace.